I didn't like these at first glance. Today we're talking about the Soundpeats RunFree open ear headphones. Now, Soundpeats was nice enough to send these out to me, but as usual, you're going to get my honest, consumer-friendly review, and hopefully by the end of this video, you can have enough information to make an educated decision whether or not these are good for you. So let's jump into these because there's a lot of details to cover here. Okay, so what I mean by first glance, when I first took these out of the box, I didn't like the shape, I didn't like the size. Now, I was surprised at how much leadway there is on the band. Now, me personally, I like my headphones to be small and as light as possible while still having obviously great sound quality. So these with the very long neck rope reminded me of some of the older style headphones, and so initially I didn't like them at all. But I'm gonna say this a couple times throughout this video. Due to YouTube, I have to be subjective and I have to try out things that I would initially not move forward with. And I'm gonna say this a couple times. I'm glad I did. So let's jump into the unboxing and the specs and then the sound of the Soundpeats RunFree. Now that we have my biases out the way and you are aware of what my own personal preferences is, keep that in mind as we move through this review. Inside the box, you will find information about Soundpeats app, the RunFree user guide, as well as a USB-A to USB-C cable, and the RunFree open ear headphones themselves. Again, you can see that I was hesitant with the shape. The nice thing about YouTube is that it forces you to be subjective and try new things for the sake of others. I'm glad I did. What you come to realize is that the headband is more of an added support. The headphones really add the weight where your ear joins your head on the top of your ear. That is really where the fit lies. The headband seems to be a secondary support while moving. However, me personally, I don't like the feeling of the band moving while I'm in action. But it's something you can get used to. For me, maybe because I do have longer hair and it moves while I'm exercising, it was easier for me to forget about the band. As far as where the weight distribution lies, I do like the fit and where the headphones feel extremely light and don't interact with any parts of your inner ear. In case you're unfamiliar with open ear headphones, they do not go inside your ear, but from the outside of your ear, they direct sound towards your inner ear canal. To do this, they must have good directional sound and good drivers. Let's jump into the specs of these before diving into the sound next. The RunFree headphones have 16.2 millimeter dynamic drivers. I'm glad to see that open ear headphones, at least the high level ones, are all starting to adopt this size driver for much louder volume. Soundpeats has a patented bass enhancement algorithm and a liquid silicone comfort body weighing only 1.9 ounces. And I can attest these feel ultra light, and as much as I dislike it, the band really lightens and balances the weight distribution out pretty well. These have a full app control, touch button controls, 14 hours of playback, and Type-C charging. Lastly, they have Bluetooth 5.3, which allows you to connect to multiple devices. They have innovative directional mics that focus on your voice and denoise the background. Each ear has double mics that deliver clear audio to who you are talking to. Moving into the sound, unlike the Air 4s, I didn't have to rely on adaptive EQ for these. I like these in classic Soundpeats, bass boost, treble enhancement, and rock and roll. However, once I did set up my personal EQ, these really opened up even more for me as far as sound quality. These are vocal dreams. If you like vocal music, open ear headphones are great for that, and these specifically shine in that regard. Testing some of my favorite vocal style music, these are a delight. I listen to some of my favorites like Sam Apoku, Old, Corinne Bailey Rae, Like a Star, Alicia Cara, Out of Love, and they deliver sound as if the music is playing in the room and you're really, really close to the speaker. The sound is clear, the vocals and highs are extremely pleasant. The mids are subtle and the lows are well placed, and a punchy melodic bass that I prefer and like. I really enjoyed listening to some country favorites as well, Chris Stapleton, Fire Away, Chris Young, You, etc. The adaptive EQ is like adding an operating system to a bare bones hardware PC setup. The results will vary based on the hardware, but the OS makes sure you get a very similar and great experience. I'm really digging how you can do this within the Soundpeats ecosystem. Due to the open ear functionality, these opened up unique experiences. With football back in swing, I was able to do 4 things at once. Test these out for YouTube purposes, listen to MKBHD's Waveform podcast, watch Monday Night Football, and work out without missing a beat. I could hear both the broadcast as well as the headphones right there in my ear clear as day. I don't miss any parts of the podcast, and I heard every exciting moment of the game. That was my first time doing that, mixing something in my ears while watching football TV, but definitely something I'm going to do again in the future, for sure. In conclusion, I ended up liking these after my initial impression was not the best due to the shape. I got used to the strap, and it definitely fades away after several uses. However, due to how they fit myself pretty large, these are not for younger or potentially smaller folks. My son did not like the way these sat and moved on his head while he was warming up for a game. He initially was going to wear them during warm-ups, but decided to take them off after stretching. He liked the sound, but the shape was a no-go for him. A hard no when it came to exercising. For me, I enjoyed them in the earlier reference and have since worked out a few times in these. They're perfect for running and lifting, and since my hair moves a lot, I have no issues with the band in that situation. I've even wore these to bed one night to see how that was. I'll save you the image, as my hair was wrapped in a leopard print hair wrap that my wife bought me. But and it looked crazy. But due to the larger band, these could wrap around the hair wrap and hang on my ears, and since they are silicone soft rubber filling and don't stick in your ears but lay flat for the most part, these were perfect for bed. I've done this about 3 or 4 times and fell asleep while watching YouTube. I can imagine sleep sounds for people that need it would be a treat with these. I can also imagine that ASMR would be great in these, as open ear headphones give the impression of the sound being right in front of you and around you at the same time. I can definitely recommend these, especially for the price. Also, since these just launched, if you use the code in the description below, you can get an extra discount until September 30th, 2023 as the introductory price. I hope you enjoyed the video and I've given you enough information to make an educated decision. Now, if you fall into camp like I am and do not like loose-fitting earbuds or headphones, I would say keep an open mind with these. Again, if it weren't for YouTube, I would not have tried these, but I'm happy that I did. So yeah, it definitely took me a while to get used to this. I typically use really small earbuds that fit in my ear and have small cases and are good for convenience for packing and traveling and different things like that. And so these were outside of the norm for me. And so my first initial reaction was to not like them. But after trying them out, I'm glad that I did. But let me know your thoughts and your comments in the section below. Like, what type of earbuds do you typically wear? Do you wear these type of style, with the band that wraps around your head and things like that? I'm open or curious to see, what your thoughts are and what you use on a day-to-day basis, especially while working out. But yeah, if this, if you like headphone reviews, I'll put another review here for you to take a look. If you like this video and enjoyed the information and conversation, then please consider joining the Cozy Coalition. We'd love to have you in the community. But as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.